Well, welcome back, everybody, to another Hymn in History. I've got a great one for you today, and it is called Jesus Shall Reign, and it was written back in 1719 by Isaac Watts. And we're going to actually begin our song history today in the year 1862. And this was when a tribal king of cannibals would come to faith in Christ through missions. And he wanted to convert his government to a Christian constitution. And he asked all of his people from Tonga, Fiji, and Samoa together, and all of them, 5,000, would sing this great hymn. So if you can imagine the astoundingness of that, cannibals gathering to sing a song about Christ and being converted to Christ. Isn't that incredible? My second history that I have to go along with this is about Eric Liddell. And he was a missionary to China, but he was also a former Olympian. And I'm going to tell you a little bit about how this song becomes involved in his life. There is a movie that you might have heard of. There's also a theme. It's called Chariots of Fire, and it was a movie in 1981 that was based on Eric Liddell. So let's learn a little bit about him. So Eric was born in the year 1902, and he was born to missionaries in China, and they would send him to boarding school in Scotland. And while he was there, he became a really good rugby player, and that he was also very talented in running. And specifically, he could run the 100-meter in like record time. And he became so good at this that he got chosen to be on the British Olympic team. And so the Olympics were being held in Paris that year. And in finding out when his race was going to be set for, he found out it was on a Sunday. And the one thing that Eric had in his life is he would never run competitively on a Sunday. And so even though he was now here at the Olympics, he said, no, I'm not running. Well, the Scots were very, very mad at him and printed horrible things about him in the newspaper. And of course, his teammates were very unpleased with him too. And he decided that he could enter into the 200-meter and the 400-meter. Now, the 400-meter, there has already been two people there who were setting world records, and he really didn't have a chance. He just entered because it was more than double of what he would have to do, what he was used to in the 100-meter, but he went ahead and did it. And one of his team members did put a note in his pocket that morning, the day of the race, and it said, "He who honors God, God will honor." And that day, he actually won the gold medal for the 400-meter. No one expected him to get it. And he actually got a bronze for the 200-meter. So after his Olympic career, he goes on to become a missionary to China. And in his last years that he would spend there, he would go to serve at a prison camp. He would send his wife and daughters home. One daughter he never got to meet, but they went home to Canada, and he would set up a church and a school, and he held sporting activities for the kids and people there. And he would also go on to help nurse the sick that were there. And after 2 years of being there at that prison camp, and at the age of 43, he had a stroke, and he was not able to walk at all now. And then he began to have trouble breathing, and a little girl went and got one of the other adults, and they came back and they found that he was leaving his body. He was going on to heaven. And that day he died. It was later found out that he had a brain tumor, but his legacy was so strong there and among the Chinese, and even among the Scots now. And I just thought it was such a poignant story, and self-sacrificing and honoring God. And this song, Jesus Shall Reign, whenever he was leaving to Scotland to go to China, he was met at the station by a crowd of his friends and church people and family, and they had asked him to give a farewell speech. Well, Lydell, wanting to deflect from the moment, he leads them in 2 verses of this song, knowing his career ahead. So I want you to, you probably know it, sing it along with me or just enjoy the hymn and the music. Jesus shall reign where'er the sun does its successive journeys run. His kingdom spread from shore to shore, till moon shall wax and wane no more. Let every creature rise and bring his grateful honors to our King. Angels descend with songs again, and earth repeat the loud amen. Hope you guys enjoy that one, and please continue to pray for the people in Ukraine and do what you can to help them where you can. And I hope that God blesses you in this week, and that you'll join me again for the next Hymn in History.